are
Excited to be.
yes, so we are now recording. So this evening, this is January the 7th, and it is 6:14. Um, does 6:30 work better for you all, or the 6 o'clock? Does the 6:30 or 6 o'clock work better for you all? Just let me know because I'm flexible.
I'm flexible too with the both times, so
Okay. Anybody else? Weta, Della? Well, you Della, you said you were who was it? Oh, Christy's working, so it doesn't matter. Okay, okay, I get it. Okay, so she's 12 hour. That used to be me, child, man. Okay, so I'm gonna come put my camera on. I just didn't want y'all to see me stuff in my face. So I'm gonna turn my camera on now. All right, hey. So let me see. Trying to get this. Okay, here we go. And I got my new glasses, y'all. This is totally different from me. I usually have cat eyes or something crazy, but they were free.
and it's for me.
Hello. So, yeah, so inflammation, in simple terms, inflammation is your body's alarm and repair system. So it's a vital biological response triggered by the immune system. See, a lot of people don't realize that it's triggered by the immune system. So when your immune system is out of whack, when it's out of whack, it throws off and it causes inflammation. So the response is triggered by the immune system to protect you from harm, such as infections, injuries, or toxins. Whenever we hit our if we hit ourself and make a bruise, what happens to it? It swells. Sometimes it swells and it becomes inflamed. And so inflammation can come from several aspects. Okay, so think of it as a first responder team. So when there is an actual accident or a cut or a virus, your body sends specialized cells and chemicals to the scene of the crime, and it actually starts to seal it off. And just think about whenever there's a crime, what do? They pull out the tape, that yellow tape, and they start to do what to the area, to the murder scene. They start to, mark it off. So that's what happens in your body. Okay, does that make sense, everybody?
Yes.
Okay, so it goes to inflammation actually happens as a sign of protection to kill the invaders, those toxins, those free radicals and things that happen whenever your immune system is compromised. So it starts a cleanup process. That's what inflammation does. It's a cleanup process. So even though we need to get it out of our bodies because of what it does, there's still a significance. It comes and it also acts as like an alarm to let you know that something in your body, something's wrong. So even though we got to get the inflammation out, inflammation has a twofold purpose. It's good and it's bad. Okay. So how inflammation works is when your body detects an intruder or damage, it releases chemicals like histamine. Anybody ever heard of histamine? So that's what
Nope.
you never heard like antihistamines?
Oh yes, 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 yes.
So antihistamines is one thing, but what it actually releases, the inflammation releases the actual histamines. So it lets you know that those meds actually are coming against the inflammation that's in your bodies. Okay. So that's what an antihistamine does. Like whenever you have, cold and flu season is upon us. And so whenever you get the stuffy nose, what's actually happening during that stuffy nose? Your sinus cavities and everything become inflamed, they become swollen. That's why you can't breathe out your nose whenever you have a cold and the sniffles and things, it's because inflammation is present. Okay. Okay. So there were two. It's actually two chemicals. So the first one is the histamine, and the second one is called cytokines. Cytokines. Um, so like I said, all of this is going to be it's recorded. However, I'm going to have the notes available with this as well. So everything that I'm looking at and I'm reading, I'm going to upload that with the presentation. Okay. So cytokines, it's a Cytokines. Cytokines, cytokines. And so these chemicals cause two main things to happen in your body. So the first thing is it causes it increase blood flow. So your blood vessels, they widen, they dilate. Okay. And with the dilation, it rushes white blood cells to the area, which makes the spot look red and feel warm. Have you ever hit your toe, or you cut your toe and it starts to feel warm? And so when it becomes inflamed and you feel that heat, that means that it's going through a process, right? And so that process is your white blood cells being activated, going to that area, and it helps to and it starts to look red, which is one of the signs of inflammation. So the second thing is it actually the vessel, it starts to leak, whether it's bloody or sometimes after you've hit that area or cut it, sometimes it can get infected and it starts to pus up, and then start to see these clear liquids coming out of it, which is a sign of inflammation and infection, right? So this is why we have to be careful with this stuff. So what's actually happening there is the inflammation is allowing fluid and immune cells to move into the tissue. And that causes the classic swelling and pressure. Okay. All right. Okay, so the next part, we're going to talk about what is acute and versus chronic inflammation. So it's important to distinguish between the good kind of inflammation and that heals you, and the bad kind that lingers. So remember, I told you when we first got started that there's a good and a bad. There's a benefit, and then there can be a detriment. But we have to keep inflammation under control. Okay. All right. So one thing, a feature is onset. So onset inflammation is acute inflammation, like short term. Like a chronic inflammation is long term. So with the onset, it can last for like minutes or hours. And when it's chronic, it's slow and quiet, and it can last months and it can last years, which is what really happens to our bodies when we're suffering from those autoimmune diseases. So those type of things are going on within our bodies. We don't know what's going on. And we're talking about what causes inflammation right now, but later on in the presentation. Now, y'all know these presentations only last an hour, so we ain't gonna be here all day. And I know y'all got lives outside of TikTok and Zoom and Better Life Community. So I want to make sure that you get quality. That's why I said, let me get the presentation out. And then any questions you may have, you can ask. Okay. Inflammation is something on my. Yep, that's it. Yes. Okay. So, purpose. Now, the purpose of there's an acute and then there versus the chronic. So the purpose of inflammation is the first one. It's healing an injury or fighting a bug. That's what inflammation does. So remember, I said there's a good version and then there's the bad version. So it actually fights disease. It can fight whatever's going on in your body. Just like whenever, how do you know a fever? You're having a fever. Your body does what? It gets warm. So that's a great example that we were talking about how when an infection or something viral is present, your body, that area begins to get warm, and that's how you get a fever and things of that nature. Or wherever there's the injury, it'll be either red, swollen. Anybody ever hit their knee or scrape their knee, and around that area where the injury was, it got swollen and red? And sometimes you're bleeding, sometimes you're not bleeding, but you know there's an injury because it'll swell. Just like when I fell a couple of weeks ago and hit my knee, bad baby, looked like I had a knot on the side of my leg because I did. Okay. So things like that happen. Now, the chronic side of things is it's a glitch where the body stays on high alert. So you're consistently feeling bad, or after you have done something you have no business doing, like you know how we do, them chocolate chip cookies be calling you. So what happens? Your body responds in different ways. Weight gain, um, cravings, you're feeding the parasites. There's so many things that can happen when we do things that we shouldn't be doing, like eating the fried foods and things of that nature. It can cause inflammation. And another way you can tell that inflammation is present, especially if you are a lemon water drinker. Anybody out there a lemon water drinker?
I am lemon water drinker.
So have you noticed at some point whenever you drink the lemon water, that the mucus gets really, really thick in your mouth? Have you ever experienced that? As
That would be hard to tell because now that I'm actually doing the lemon water more, I'm doing it after I did that cleanse from Yakai. So it's like I really don't have much mucus,
um,
honestly. I really don't have much
good, good, good.
mucus.
Good. So your body is telling you that you're on the right road, because
But
what the lemon actually does is it promotes saliva production.
what I
It-
noticed though, what I
Mhm.
noticed, since I've been slacking on my diet, honestly, I could feel like in the morning, not early in the morning when you wake up and you feel that mucus in your throat.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's when I would start to feel it. But when I start getting on that lemon water, that knocks it out.
Good, good. So that's what it is. The lemon water is a great detox, but it actually promotes saliva production. But what happens with the key lime is it actually pulls the mucus out. So if you ever get to a place where the mucus is getting excessive, get you some key limes, and key limes will pull the mucus from your body. And I had drank so much key lime water at one time, it was coming out in my urine. I could actually see the mucus coming out in my urine.
I believe you when you say it because I've seen
Yes.
it.
Mhm. And it looked like spit, but it's mucus coming out your body. So it by any means necessary. If it needs to come out, it's gonna come out. Okay. So signs of inflammation. We're talking about inflammation in the body. Redness, swelling, heat, and pain. Okay, all of those. And then when there's chronic inflammation, like long term, that's when you get your fatigue, your body aches, your digestive issues, and the rashes and stuff. So a lot of people that we deal with, especially within our Better Life community on the TikTok, um, on the TikTok platform, a lot of people that are dealing with the diabetes, the fibromyalgia, and all of those things, they're inflamed, but these are long term. That's because the inflammation has been in there long term. So now it's actually manifesting to a disease. And so what we have to do is the same way we got it is the same way we got to get rid of it. We got to eat ourselves healthy. We got to eat ourselves healthy. You can eat yourself healthy. God made, you can read Genesis 1 and 29. It tells us. You're gonna put it in here so I can read it to you. But that's what it does. The Lord lets us know in the Word the reason we have the things in the earth. It says Genesis 1. Okay, this says 1 and okay, I put in the wrong thing. 1. Give me a second, y'all. Okay, here we go. Um, huh. So 1 and 29 is it describes God giving humanity their initial diet after creation. So this is what it says: Behold, I have given you every plant yielding seed, every plant yielding seed that is on the face of all the earth, and every tree with seed in its fruit. Okay, so should we be eating seedless?
No.
Mm-hmm. Because it's saying right here in scripture what we supposed to be eating. Seed, fruits and trees and herbs with seed. You shall have them for food. So this verse, part of the creation account of the book of Genesis, outlines a vegetarian diet for humans, providing plants and fruits as sustenance. And I'm just gonna put that right there. Okay. So that lets us know this is our guide of how we're supposed to be eating. So so like I said, with these signs of short-term um inflammation, that's when you get the redness, the swelling, the heat, and the pain. But the long one, you get the rashes, you get digestive issues. That's where leaky gut comes from. Leaky gut is a digestive disorder. But the beautiful thing about it is it can absolutely be turned around with proper diet, not just diet, but our environment. Do you realize that the skin is the largest organ in the body? It's the largest organ. So it's the largest organ. So anything that we're dealing with, our skin is going to tell on us what we've been eating, how we've been treating ourselves. And whenever I was out for a couple of days because I just really felt really bad and I wasn't getting enough sleep and my body started to shut down. So what I did was the first day I just slept. I did nothing but sleep. Second day I slept about half a day. But what I ended up doing was taking a bath and I put bleach in the water. A little bleach in the water works wonders. And so I took me a bleach bath and I put some with my little bubbles and stuff. But I did. I took a bleach bath. And when I got out of that water, I felt so much better because what's happening, bleach and baking soda, that's the other thing I put in the water. Those will alkaline your body. You can't drink the bleach now. Don't drink the bleach. You know, our president told somebody that last term, folks around here drinking bleach and getting, I'm going to say unalive and dying. I can say it on here. But so I'm like, who in their right mind would have drank some bleach? But anyway, they did it. Nevertheless, you can put that in your bath water and you can soak because everything that goes through the pores is doing what? It's being absorbed into your body. So, like the magnesium spray, I have a magnesium spray I keep here for my TikTok shop, but it's right here. This magnesium spray, my chiropractor actually diagnosed me, not diagnosed, prescribed me to get this, and it works wonders, and it also promotes sleep. it promotes sleep. So I've been using this for a couple of years. I started with my chiropractor about 4 years ago. And so when I saw it in TikTok shop, I was like, oh my God. But I ain't trying to sell y'all nothing. I was just showing y'all that this is what I use. And it absorbs in your skin. And yes, and it actually it promotes sleeping. Girl, when I tell you I slept like a baby. Yes. I put it on the bottom of my feet and I put some on the back of my neck. And it knocks me right out. Because like after this live is over, I'm going to bed, y'all. I got to listen to my body because I'm not 100. Yes, magnesium baths are amazing. Amazing. I didn't even think to put some of mine yesterday when I did the bath. Yeah, but I think I might put some in there tonight. Okay. Yes, I think I will. So examples like a bee sting, a sprained ankle, or sore throat, all of these are forms of inflammation. Now, when we talk about the chronic inflammation in long term, we talk about like the arthritis, heart disease, and Crohn's disease. All are developed from inflammation. So right here, I want to pause. I'm going to pause. If anybody has any questions, anybody has a statement that they would like to make, please do so at this time. I'm going to give y'all a couple of minutes to do so, and then I'm going to cover the last part. It's only 3 parts, guys. So we just did 1 and 2, and so now the second one is the third one is what causes it. So once we talk about that, we'll be ready. So I want to pause right here. Does anybody have any comments, things they'd like to share, experiences with inflammation? Feel free to do so at this time. Remember, this is an interactive Zoom meeting, so you all can talk to me. You ain't got to be on mute. I just want to feel like I'm talking to myself. Anybody have anything they'd like to add?
I'll say something. I'll take myself off of mute real quick before the phone
Okay.
rings at the job. I'm dealing with inflammation. I have hypothyroidism and I'm dealing with neuropathy. I don't know if it's from sugar, too much sugar, which I'm in the no boot camp sugar with Brigitte. I just
Uh-huh.
started, but it's been going on for like 3 years. They're not really sure if it's my hypothyroidism that's causing it, or sugar, or something in my neck because I had an accident years ago when I was in the police department.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not really sure. So I'm dealing with it. I'm drinking the okra water, and the more I drink that and the lemon water, the more it's easing up. And the less sugar I eat, it's the burning and tingling is easing up, but it's still there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm feeling better. I have a lot of energy, and with the okra water, I've lost 16 pounds since December 14th.
Hey, awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. So yeah, I just want to tell you, I'm dealing with inflammation. I've been dealing with it. It's very painful, but I just try to change my mindset and keep pushing forward because I can't,
Mhm.
just sit and not do anything.
Right,
I'm
right.
still young for the most part, and I need to get up and do what I need to do.
Yeah, I get it. So what I'll actually do with I'll send you an analysis. Just give me a couple of days to get it done, and I'll email it to you to
Okay.
let you know what I found and things that can help with that. So that's why I tell you ladies, I have it where each member gets a 30-minute consultation with me
Oh, okay.
monthly, and it's a part of your membership. You get 30 minutes, and you actually we can cover a lot within the 30. A lot of people be like, 30 minutes, that ain't that. Honey, trust me, you will get a lot of information within that half hour. Okay. So those are complimentary for being a part of you're welcome. You're very welcome for being a part of the Better Life Center of Learning. That's one part you get. Are there any more questions, any comments before we move to the third part?
I had inflammation issue, and I could
Mhm.
say I'm doing amazing. Thank you, Okra Queen. That okra has been
Oh,
doing its thing. My pain level, I
hey,
honestly tell you, it's a 3 right now from a 10.
that's
Okay.
awesome. Now
So,
that's amazing. That is
and I've been
amazing.
drinking like 40 ounces of okra water when I first started.
Okay. Yes. Look, the only thing I can say is keep going. And what I'm learning now, and this is what I got to do, y'all. I'm preaching to the choir right now. I got to get my behind in the gym. I do little stuff around the house, but it's time. And I'll be looking at Mr. Fit and I'll be like, no, he didn't. Look at his abs. I
No,
wish my abs looked like that.
I can't really do exercises like he does because I have a surgery coming up. I have to get that cervical fusion done. So
Uh-huh.
I can't do too much motion in the top area because I feel that irritation and I really try not to irritate it that much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be exercising and I'm gonna get fit just like Mr. Fit. Me and you gonna be walking around with our abs, our full pack. Okay. Okay.
That whole part. Right. So I'm excited about this year. I've lost the weight. It's just I need to tone. Yeah, so I lost a whole person, y'all. I'm 97 pounds less. And so a whole person has left my body. And then I'm 5'9". So it looks proportioned, but honey, when I get on that scale, I'll be like, oh no. Oh, thank you. Okra water. And I went plant-based. Since the plant-based, and then I eat once a day. I eat. Y'all, I'm a foodie. So when I tell y'all I ain't around here starving for nobody and I can still be healthy and do what I need to do as far as my dietary restrictions. Now, I say plant-based because you may catch me with a piece of meat maybe once every 6 months or more. I don't eat meat all the time. But yeah, because there are carnivores around me. And if I'm cooking, you know how you have to break off the piece of tasted and stuff. So I ain't out here trying to fool myself either. But you have to be disciplined enough to know when to pull back, you know, like for Thanksgiving and Christmas. I Thanksgiving I made oxtails and everybody tore them up. I went in there, I was like, dang, they didn't leave me no gravy. But hey, it is what it looked like. That thing said, it is what it is. Okay. So the last but not least, what causes it? What causes the inflammation? So inflammation can be triggered by a wide range of factors. And it's actually in considered it's in three different groups. So the first one is like the biological triggers, like your pathogens, which are your bacterias, your viruses and fungus, and like the flu or a skin infection. Those are signs of these are triggers. And then you got your physical trauma, like your cuts, your scrapes, your bruises, or broken bones. And then you have the autoimmune disorders, like your when the immune system mistakenly attacks healthy tissues. And so that's when you're dealing with like the lupus and the rheumatoid arthritis. Those are things that happen. And then you have that lifestyle trigger. And this is where a lot of us are dealing with inflammation. Not saying everybody, but majority of the people, especially my clientele, this is the area in which they need to really, really, really work. So we're talking about those lifestyle issues like your diet. I'm sorry, somebody has something to say? Vanessa. Oh,
No, I'm trying to get my video up.
oh, okay. Just at the bottom, it should say,
Well, I don't see that I'm on the panel. I can hear you, but I
huh?
can't see that I'm even on the panel. But continue. That's all
Okay,
right.
I'm about to say I can see you though. I can see your box. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
Continue.
when we're talking
Thank
about the
you.
diets, we're talking about like the high intake of the refined sugars, those trans fats, and the processed meats like bologna. Who out here still eat bologna egg sandwiches? Anybody still eating bologna egg and cheese sandwiches? No. Okay. So let me stop. Let me keep my joke to myself then. So those processed meats like that, those luncheon meats that you get out of the grocery store, those are considered processed meats. And then you got your obesity. So you got your fat tissues, especially the visceral or belly fat. How many of our out there got a little gut? A little what they call it, a fupa? Anybody got a fupa?
I do.
Child, me too. Fupa. So those are the types of things so when we're dealing with the obesity, we're talking about, oh, you know, fupa, I'm jelly, girl. I need to be, what you doing? I need to come do what you doing. Because, girl, I can't blame it on the baby because she's 32. Yeah, you know how some people, girl, this baby fat. Yeah, my baby is 32, so I can't do that no more. Yo, see what I'm saying, Christy? We can't use them excuses no more. But the belly fat, so it acts like an um the endocrine organs, and your it's constantly pumping out inflammatory chemicals. So that's what's happening, which is why the belly fat is so present when there's inflammation present. So you have to, girl, I just got one. Just got one. So at least you can say you had three. I'm still blaming her. Okay. Look, look, I digress. But then we have the stress. Okay, now stress causes belly fat. So chronic stress keeps cortisol levels high, which can eventually dysregulate your inflammatory response. So what does that mean? That means when that stress hormone called cortisol is released, guess what it causes? It causes belly fat. And why are you getting those stress hormones? Because you're stressed out. You ain't sleeping. You're just all over the place. So when we have to find things and incorporate things within our lifestyle, not just the diet, within our lifestyle. So some of you, even if you can't get to a massage therapist, sit down somewhere. Do breathing exercises. I'm gonna see if Mr. Fit can do one. He's supposed to start this month with the do workout videos and put them in here. And he's on YouTube, he's on all the platforms. Mr. Fit for All Sports is his name, and his workouts, they're really not that complicated. You have to do what works for you. But everything that I've seen him do on his lives, they're not hard at all. I just don't be at the gym to do them with him. But what I'm about to do is start getting my behind up and go to the gym around that time and he's on, and just have my camera up and just do the workouts as much as I can with him, because he a whole man. I ain't trying to be out here acting like, I can do everything he can do, because I can't. But just the movement itself will help you. So even if you're at home, I have a friend that goes live on TikTok, and her name is Zakia. Zakia does chair exercises with her group. But when I tell you they be working out, they work out. So what I'll do is the next video, no, I'll just go on her page and see one of her lives or see one of her videos, and then I'll share it in the Better Life community. I need to make sure that everybody is in our little chat. We have a group chat, like to let you know if I'm going live, if I got things going on. So just to keep y'all in the know in real time, and I'm not able to get here to the app to let you all know. So if you're not in that group chat, let me know, and I'll make sure that I add you tonight, so that whenever anything happens, like when I was out for this whole week, I know some of y'all was like, well, where in the world is she at? Yeah, girl. Sister girl was, look, down when Frazier was down, y'all. So I had to take care of myself. So the next part of the lifestyle triggers, lack of sleep. Didn't we just talk about this? So look, this is me preaching to the choir, okay? So lack of sleep, poor sleep prevents the body from performing its nightly system reset and repair. So that's why I was getting sick, guys. I'm just sharing this with you. I was getting sick because I wasn't allowing my body time to rest and repair. That's what sleep does for us. It puts us in a deep state of it's really like a deep meditation because we're alive, and some of us don't realize that we're actually aware even while we're asleep. Okay. And so our bodies, when we're in rest mode, absolutely, that's correct. Sleep is very important. And so because I was shaking like this, I was literally shaking like this, and I fell backwards on the bed. And I just laid there and I was about in tears because I was scared. But after I started praying, I was like, God, what is this? The Lord was like, you need sleep. And I'm still not 100. So that's why when I get off here, we got 10 more minutes. After I get off here and I send y'all the stuff I said I was going to send, I'm going night night. I'm going to go night night. I ain't going to be no TikTok tonight. I usually be trolling the TikTok night streets. And I had been for the past 3 days. Like this morning, I went to bed at 4 a.m. The reason I went to bed at 4 a.m., I was on somebody's live, but I had slept all day earlier. And I woke up at like 10 o'clock p.m. I was like, oh Lord, I'm just throwing off my little circadian rhythm. I know my circadian rhythm, like, girl, what you doing? This is not what we're gonna do. Nevertheless, that was me. Ended up staying on that live. We hung out, and I told him, I said, look, y'all, I gotta go to bed. So I ended up going to bed at 4 a.m. and then was right back up on my live at 8:30, which was okay. But that was my night for the past 2 nights. But sometimes, and I tell people, I just made a disclaimer, when I'm on other people's lives, don't come up on their panels and acknowledge me and talk about okra water or anything dealing with that. That's rude and it's disrespectful. And I'm noticing that the creators, the live hosts, are giving my people looks like, why they all up on my panel talking about that? So as a form of respect, if I'm on a panel and y'all see me on there, don't come up there talking about okra water. That's not what we gonna do. We just got to respect their time. And then sometimes I'm coming on other people's lives because I'm supporting them. However, I am more than an okra queen. Okay, that's just my name. That's not who I am. Wow, you got your break. Absolutely. I needed it. I really needed it. But I'm still gonna my body is still not 100%. So I'm listening. And that's what we gotta understand when our body tells us something. So right now, my body is telling me whenever I get off of here, I need to take another dose of the magnesium. I've been taking vitamin D, but I need to up my magnesium intake because the 2 days that I took it, I felt my body getting back to normal, but my body is telling me now that I need more. I didn't take enough. Okay. So your body will tell you what you need. So that's one thing that I've learned. So when we rest, that is short for restoration. Your body is being restored, is giving your body a chance to repair itself. We are self healers. Our bodies will heal itself if we allow it to and put the right things in it to make it work properly. It'll bless us real good. Our bodies will bless us real good. Okay. All right. So environmental triggers. And this is the last one. We almost done. We got 7 minutes, guys. We're making good time. So environmental triggers like toxins, exposure to pollution, secondhand smoke, industrial chemicals like the silica dust, or if you work at a plant or a factory and you're breathing in those raw materials, all that stuff can play it can play a role in your body becoming inflamed. So we got to detox ourselves. That's why we got to we're doing this reset. So we're going to do the reset January the 15th. Why you pick January 15th? Because that's the day after my birthday. And I already know. So I'm not going to fool myself or others. I'm moving in integrity. So yeah. So January 15th, I'm going to the flyer will be up way before then, letting everybody know that we're going to do a reset. You don't have to participate. All of you that are members, you participate for free because you're a part of the community. Everybody else has to pay the $25. It's $25 to become a part of the reset. So we're going to reset. We're going to do 4 weeks, a 4-week reset. So we're going to have 1 week where we do like a liquid fast, and then the second week um, we'll do like fruits and vegetables, and then the third week we'll start doing like transitioning back into regular whole foods like meals. So those of you that are trying to get rid of inflammation, trying to improve numbers, dealing with diabetes, anything that you got going on during that reset, that'll be the perfect time for you to reset. Okay. So if you know anybody that would like to be a part of that, just let them know. They can either, they just need to email me that email, betterlifecommunity@gmail.com. And they just need to put reset in there. They put reset, they can be a part of the reset. Okay. Yes, yes, I am too. And it's not just what we're eating too. We're gonna do some breathing. We're gonna do some meditating. We're gonna do affirmations. It's gonna be a whole reset, mind, body, and spirit. So the next reset that I do after this one is going to be on somebody's we're going to do a retreat, and we're going to reset, and we're going to have a massage therapist there. We're going to have a chef on there that's going to take care of us and pamper us for a whole week. And that'll be during, vacation months. So I'm going to post that. Yeah, I'm going to post that. I have access to 2 mansions, and I'm trying to see the availability for both of them before I release the information. But it'll be a package. And so it'll be a great, great opportunity for us to come together and meet, as well as do some things together as a group, but get a chance to literally reset and enjoy the reset. Yeah, so we'll even have somebody out there, may need a little retail therapy. So we'll be close enough where we could get some retail therapy as well as, pampered. Okay. So we got a lot going on. Better Life Community getting ready to do the doggone thing. And so those of you that that come on the trip, I give y'all little goodies and stuff because y'all part of the family. Everybody else, they don't get the special treatment that y'all get here. And just like the recipes and stuff that I give here, as you can see, I stopped giving them out on the live. I maybe give them 1 or 2, but everything you all get here because you're a part of the community is exclusive. Okay. So remember to schedule your appointment with me. If you need to talk, you get a 30-minute free consultation for being a part of the community. You get that once a month. Now, let me finish the environmental triggers, and then I'm going to ask a question. Okay, so we talked about the pollution, secondhand smoke, and industrial stuff. Then you have those allergens. It's good. It's a good for you. Absolutely. Absolutely. So allergens like the pollen, the dust mites, or certain foods that cause the immune system to overreact. So that's what we talk about, those processed foods, the sugars, all of that stuff that we shouldn't be eating. And a lot of people don't realize that even some of the fruits and vegetables you have to be weary of. So I'm trying to see how long it's going to take blood type to get in here, but I want to start teaching you all about your blood type. And then if I can't get her to our schedules to get right, then I'll go ahead and just share with you all what I know about the blood type and what I've learned on my journey. I'm B positive, blood type B positive. So there's a lot of things that I should not be eating and I can't eat and had been eating it and not realizing that that's why I was still feeling the way I was feeling. Because I was like, I'm eating clean. Why am I still having neuropathy in my hands and my feet tingling? And why am I sleepy? And just all this kind of stuff. Then that's when I discovered that I need to be eating according to my blood type. I was like, Lord, you can't win for losing, but good. I'm winning now. I'm winning now because I'm eating better. So we're actually similar. B's and O's are similar in their food journeys. It's some things you can have that I can't have. But yeah, B is pretty wild for me. I was a little upset about that. Okay, so does anybody, out of what we just talked about, is there a specific type of inflammation that you may be concerned about? Anybody got any? Okay. No. Anybody else? Kawita, Christy, Gabby, Vanessa. Okay. Awesome. Good, 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 good. You got it managed. Neuropathy in the feet. Okay. So because we're out of time, guess what we're going to do? We're going to talk about neuropathy next time. Anybody else have a type of inflammation they wanted me to talk about? It's 7:01, so we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Any type of inflammation, anybody dealing with the joint pain, arthritis, cramps, anything in your hands? Okay, inflammation in the hands. So that's probably neuropathy. Okay, let me see. You said I missed what you were saying about how you eat fruit. No, I was saying that's going to be a part of the reset. 1 week we're going to do complete liquids. Then we're going to do on week 2 we're going to do fruits and vegetables. And then week 3 and 4 we're going to rebuild our bodies back up after we detox. Once you do the revitalizing, once you do the detox, then you have to revitalize. So we're gonna do that too. Okay. So neuropathy in the hands. Okay. I have a question about vitamin B1. Okay, about B1. Okay. Okay. All right. Anybody else have any questions before we close? All right. Well, ladies, it has been a pleasure speaking with you all on this evening. And as I stated, this is you have a question, Della? You can come off mute if you want to.
Okay, my question was for next week. What do I look for in my lab results to see my vitamin B level?
Okay, now that I wouldn't know. You would have to look at your medical summary.
I did, but I didn't see something specifically said B1. I went on Chat GPT and
Mhm.
and I think it said to look for some kind of thing there. But I'm gonna go back and type it in and see what it says and see what numbers it says so I could have that to give you to see if that makes sense with the question I have to ask.
Okay. But those when it comes to you're talking about where to find it in your chart.
Yes.
Okay, see, I wouldn't know that because I would have to, every chart is different. Like I have my chart with my healthcare professional.
I have my
So
chart too.
okay, so let me look at
I'm with Novant. Are you with Novant?
no.
No? Okay.
No. I'm
But I
on
have
Memorial Health in Georgia.
okay.
Yeah.
I have a my chart. But
Okay.
I just wanted to know like if if your vitamin B level is high or where it needs to be at, is taking the vitamin B supplement to help with the nerve issue, would it
Mhm.
affect it if your levels is already too high?
Mm. Let me just look it up.
I go
I
to the
know that.
doctor on the 14th, so I'm gonna ask that question too, see what they tell me.
Okay, so you going on my birthday. Let me just stop. So it's the vitamin B1 that I would recommend is the benfotiamine.
And
That's the
that's the
one
one
that,
I got. That's
yeah.
the one I got.
But let me read up on that. So what are you saying? Is there a deficiency, or you're saying you want to see where your levels are? I'm just
'Cause I know it says it's good for like people who had cervical fusion, which I had, and I know it says it helps with restoring your nerves, with helping
mhm.
healing.
It
So,
does.
when I read all of that, I was like, that's me,
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure before I start taking it, if it's something I should take and it wouldn't affect with what's already going on.
Yeah, but with that type of question, my advice to you would be to consult your doctor,
Okay.
because that answer would be based on your levels. And so because I have not done any physicals or anything with you, you would have to go to the source where you had it, because that's a definitely a test that they do take. Christy is absolutely right. There's a test that they'll give you to determine your levels, and then they will diagnose you accordingly.
Okay.
So I would say just wait and talk to your doctor, because I'm a herbalist. However, I can't. It's a lot of things that I don't know, but I can give you my what I don't. I know from within what I've studied. If that
Mm-hmm.
makes any sense, and I don't want to tell you something, give you any misinformation, and you be like, "Girl, I thought you knew what you was talking about." Yeah. I want you to get yeah, that was something you would have to ask your doctor.
Will do. I will.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, let me make sure. You have to ask your doctor to test for that. Okay, yeah, Christy saying what I was telling you to. Yeah, get tested for that. All right, so B1, B12, B1, and one more. B6 is usually the other one, B6. But so we're gonna go ahead and pray, and yeah, make sure I covered everything. Yeah. So, Father, in the name of Jesus, we just thank you for allowing us to come together this evening to learn about inflammation, how it affects our bodies, and what we can do to counteract that. So, God, we just thank you that we receive this word and everything that we have been given, that we will use it for the betterment of our bodies, our families, our minds, and our spirits. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen, everybody. Well, y'all have a great rest of your day. I'm going to stop this recording real quick.
Amen.
Stop the recording.